last lap off the front, about 4 minutes ahead.
You got a plan for that?
Yeah, it's just gonna be ride really hard, push about 400 watts for the first hour, and then about 550 for the second hour in the second race.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's an easy plan. You can do it.
It should be fine.
Yeah. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This video is from last week. Last Sunday, we decided to go to Tampa Bay, Florida to race. This is a really nice race. It's like 2 hours and some from Naples. This is a training race. This race is not sanctioned, but still qualify as a really good experience and a good race. So the group is coming. They have two races. One which is 4-5. First race start at 8 a.m. in the morning, and then they have the second race, which is the 1-2-3 plus 45 plus. 45 plus. They don't have to be in the categories. If they just masters, they can race, and the 1-2-3s. So there is two different podiums at the end in the same race. First race, which is a car 4-5. Anyone on those categories can race, and it's 60 minutes, 1 hour. Second race is 70 minutes, and there it's awesome. The people in Tampa, they're awesome. The race is pretty good. We have really good amount of people, and I'm gonna let you see the video. This is gonna be one of many that we have done. But right now we're taking the Sky Bridge, which is one of the biggest bridges that we have around here in Florida. This is like one of our hills. And yeah, we're heading that way. It's early in the morning. We left around 5 a.m. from Naples, and trying to make it but around 7:20, and we to have time to warm up a little and get ready for the first race. So the tactics and the team for today is concentrate on the 4-5 we have. And if you guys have been following the channel, you know that I have been talking about Ivan and Ivan improvement. Ivan is going in that black car that is in front of me right now, the Cherokee. Ivan is ready, and his podium is coming. So you're already going to know by the front picture of this video, but Ivan got podium today, guys. And if you want to know how, stick with us and you're going to know it. So yeah, we make it to the race at 7:20. As we expected, there was a little line of people signing in. By the way, guys, this race is really affordable. You only pay $15. Yep, that's right, 15 for the first race. And if you want to double up, the second race is $10. They take care pretty good about us as cyclists. You know that pretty much all the races are way more expensive than that, and then the primes, if there is any, is not like. But in this race we have 3 primes, $25 each. We took the first one. This gentleman that's getting the number right there, which he got a plan. You saw it at the beginning of the video. He took the first prime, and Ivan took 3rd place overall at the end. So we execute our plan the way that we want it. But let's get back to the prices. $25 for 2 races and having fun and enjoy. You don't see that anymore. So let's get to the race. Let's start our first race, 4-5. Let's go. So this is the race. We're ready. Let's roll.
How it's supposed to feel.
the race was pretty aggressive. Or look at the Rebel bike. That Rebel bike is insane. Really, really nice. The gray one on the left, right there is going to the front too. The race was really aggressive in a good way. It was um, it was attacks pretty much all the time, closing attacks, uh, working. We have this team over here for like you can see you got three of them in front of me. That's a big team in Tampa for a 4-5, and there is a couple of strong guys on that team. Um, my buddy is super close friend of one of the sprinters, Oti, and we had one of our part of our plan was to make sure that Oti was guarded by one of our sprinters too. So we were coming with 7 riders to this race. There was Waldo's. Uh, you're gonna see it with the red light Sony here in the front, black and red. Uh, you're gonna see pretty much they're riding together. They're riding pretty good. We also have Florida Velo here. We have another thing that was the two guys that if you can kind of like squeeze your eyes in between Oti and Florida Velo here, you can see them at the front with white and red. Uh, those two guys that were riding pretty good as well. So the level, and this is what I like when I see, because a lot of people says 4-5, and they think that 4-5 is a category for I don't know. I don't even gonna say it, but no. Sometimes 4-5 is as amazing as good as 1-2-3. Because when you start integrate teams on the 4-5, then you start working the same way that you work in the 1-2-3. Maybe a little less speed, maybe a little less coordination, but you're still working. Like right here, we got two guys at the front. We have two guys jumping, and I can't allow that because there's none of us at the front. So I have to jump on this one. I didn't want to do it. Well, no, it was actually my mistake. There was 4 guys at the front and 2 more. So that's a serious break. If you got like maybe like one person going, that's okay. You can relax because it's too early and there is 1 hour of racing. Too early for one person to survive. The roads are a little rough in these 3 corners, but after your first rodeo, you're gonna know where to go. You're gonna be okay. You just have to kind of like single file and be careful. There was one guy on this race that this one at the front in black here, which is pretty strong. You're gonna see him pretty active, but he was taking the corner in every couple of times. Look at that bike, man! Wow, the the bikes are getting so crazy aero, and that one is pretty nice. So that guy that was going to back in black, he did it in the group that I was a couple of times. He was taking the corner on the inside, which is okay if you feel safe and you know that the person who is next to you is also feeling safe. But he was taking the inside corner with more speed than the single file group, and there was one time where I have to like kind of like I was pretty close to him, but that's okay. The guy with the teddy bear, man, that guy's strong too, like super strong. So many strong people here, and when you combine that power with teams, that becomes something else. That becomes something else. But so yep, we are at the front right now, patrolling the front, trying to keep a. If it's a break, that was part of our plan. If it's a break, it has to be one of us. That way we don't have to work in closing it. And that's what this team over here, the one that is asking for help, that's what that team was doing. They were sending, you see, they were sending some of their people at the front all the time. Now we got one, we got Carlos. Now we got 2. Now we got Ivan and Carlos at the front. So and we got the guy that I was talking about taking the inside corners instead of keeping the flow. But if he does it in a safe way, and he knows who is he doing it, I think we should be fine. For the people that hasn't raced this race, you're gonna notice, like, for example, look at the C-pop of the bikes. Look at the Florida Velo here with the blue. Look at my buddy Eugene with the. It's like a blue bandit next to the around the C-pop. That means that they are 45 plus. That means that they're gonna race again, the second race for $10. Guys, the first race is 15, the second one is 10. You cannot beat that any other place. So they're racing again after this one, which is just, it only gives you like one lap of recovery, and then you're gonna be jumping again the second race. But that's what the band stands for. And there is also people, and this is the trick. If you in this one, I have to confirm it. But if you are a car 4-5 and you want to train, because this is a training race, you want to train on the 1, 2, 3s, I think that you are allowed. So you can also go from 4-5 to 1, 2, 3 as training, but not the other way around. If you are a pro, you're not gonna go and train with us in the 4-5 and then jump in the pro. So we got William here with a red light. We got Carlos next to him. We got a couple of guys. We got my buddy here, the ones that goes inside, which is safe. I'm just saying that just to put a name on him, because I don't know his name. He did it safely, and he announced it, which was good. Because every time that he was taken inside, he was saying, hey, I'm inside, and letting people know that he was inside. It's not that he was just taking the inside by force. He was announced it, which is really good. So my buddy William here is racing with an extra 1 gram for having that light, but that's okay. He's doing pretty good too. That's his second race of his entire life. He raced the other day in Miami, and when he finished the race, the first thing he says was, "When is the next one?" So yeah, he's racing his second race of entire life. That doesn't mean that he doesn't ride with us on the rides, and he's pretty strong and do a lot of but racing, pinning a number on the back and racing, this is the second race. Look at my buddy next door over here. That's an amazing bike, man. Congratulations. Trek, super fast bike. He got the blue band around the zipper. That means that he's a 45 plus as well. So he's gonna race again on the next race. But that bike and the colors of that bike perfectly match the uniform and everything. That's pretty good. He didn't have a teammate on this race, but he was part of one of the scariest breakaway that we had. There was one breakaway which was none of us on it, and there was 5 people. I overheard after that there was 2 guys from the same team and they didn't want to work, and that was the only reason that we were able to bring that breakaway back, because we tried super hard and we lost a lot of matches trying to get that break back, because we weren't able to put any of us in the break. But I guess I was, because these guys, the black and white with the red helmet, they have 2 guys in the break, which was a majority, and I heard that they didn't want to work. I guess whatever their plans was just to stay there, and if they, I don't know, but they were not working on the break, and so it was only 3 out of 5 working. That's why we were able to reel them back. So we have our friends from Cape Coral as well here, and yeah, the race so far. Look at Sonny over here. That's a nice bike. Sonny has he raced with a Specialized LA, but you have to like look so close. I guess with that color and equipment that he has on the bike, you have to like look that bike really close to know that it's the LA and not the tarmac. But okay, let's fast forward because with the videos that I have here, he's showing me that I have over an hour. So I'm gonna cut some corners and put some action and see how we go. Okay, here we go. We got another attack in the front where there is none of us uh, part of that attack. So I'm looking at it and I see that we got a couple of guys here. We got William here next to me with the red light. And I passed by and said, William, let's go. Let's get this. We got Ivan at the front working. Ivan spent a lot of time. He was working at the front trying to get. So I just come around, ask William to follow me, which behind William there was a little gap, but then everyone kind of like jump on it. But this is a test question for you guys. When I grab that group, what my teammates are supposed to do? Are they supposed to stay behind me? Are they supposed to counterattack if there is no one? I just wanna test your ability of thinking. What should my teammate should do? This is all the guys. These are not drop guys. These are guys that were at the front. They were in a break. So we already passed 2, and we're getting close to the other guy. So now I'm dumping here to the side, and that's exactly what we need to do. We got a teammate going to the front. We got another guy from the other big team going to the front. We got Nestor going to the front. This is perfect. This is perfect. I did my effort. I catch the guys. I think that was Eric from K Cora, and I think that there was no one else at the front. I don't remember now. This happened a week ago, but yeah, I think that. So now we got one guy in the break. We got Williams in the break. His second race, so he's building confidence. He got 2 more guys with him. They're one of those guys is pretty knowledgeable, Nestor, and the other guy is always at the front. He's like the perfect teammate. He's always at the front until the end, but he works a lot at the front and he's pretty contender. So we have Eugene. Eugene is not putting any effort. We have one guy from the same team jumping to that group. I don't know why, because in this case was pretty good. He looked around and jumped, but it could happen that he can bring the group. That's okay too. This is racing, and sometimes the adrenaline of the moment make us do whatever we think is best. But in my case, I won't do that because I already got one guy at the front, unless I don't have the confidence that guy is gonna be good. But I will save my team energy until we're getting close. So this is what happened here. We kind of like getting close. Someone is bringing the hammer down, and I think there are the kids that are in white and red. So we're getting close to that group. So I'm looking around, trying to see what's going on, and unfortunately, what I see is my teammate William that got disattached from the group from the breakaway. So I'm like, no. So that put us in a bad position right there because William is right here. So William is not a contender for a break anymore, and the group is at the front. So now I have to work. I have to close that again, or try to close that again, because I have 2 guys from a different team plus Nestor, which is really good. So let's see what happens here, because I'm pushing it really hard right now to get as close as I can to those guys, to see if any of you can see them on the distance, to see if any of our teammates can jump across or something else. They're right there. They're just taking the corner right now. 2 guys from the same team and Nestor. So we have these guys jumping. That guy, if you are in Tampa, you need to stay close to that guy. That guy is pretty much in every podium. He's pretty active. If he missed the break, he would try to get to the break. So they keep bringing the hammer down. And I believe that this is the part where there is 2 more people jumping. And and that's how the 5 main breaks creates, and they stay for like I would say good 20 minutes at the front. We tried to close it super hard, but they were working. At least 3 of them were working. So yeah, so far it has been a lot of action the way we like it. Uh, and this is a car. This is a 4.5, but we're racing with teams. A couple of minutes later, we still have the 5 guys at the front. We got Ivan working his sweat off at the front, trying to close it. Our plan is to get Ivan or somebody else to win this race. Ivan is pretty strong right now, so he's a good contender. So I go around and I'm like, Ivan, let's go. You can see the guys at the front. If you look at the distance, they are right there, but there's no way for us to close it. We try, and there is no way for us to close it. I guess that they're pushing a lot of watts at the front. So I'm hoping Ivan, and I hope that somebody else can help us to close this, because if we don't close it, it was explained, but Lavala, earlier when we start, Lavala is a nickname for Rolly, which is one of the guys that take all the time and dedication for us to do this. So thank you, man, for putting all this together for us to go and have fun. So he was explaining in the morning when we start that since this is not a series, it's just like 1 day race. The ones before they were a series, but this one was just 1 day race. Look at my buddy Juan here with the 239. So, but let's get back to that. Since this one was just 1 day, we're gonna be worried about the 5 first places. So if you came at 6th place, good for you, but you were not part of any points or part of any which I think that is really good. That means that and it's less headache for them. They're all volunteers, and they spend their day and try to get as best as they can for us just to come and race. I 100% with that, and I really like it that if it's just 1 day, we're talking about the first 5 places, and that's it. Just train yourself as hard as you can, as smart as you can, so you can come and be part of those 5th places. So yeah, we're still trying to catch that group, and this little gentleman, and I say little gentleman because I say that to him one time. He's like, little? I said, nah. Yeah, when I say little, it's just to mess fun with him. This guy on my right here, Colleen, he is the one that made the last decision to close a gap. Pretty strong kid. You're gonna see that kid on the 1, 2, 3 pretty soon. He's pretty strong, even though that his time is combined with his beautiful girlfriend and work and a lot of more stuff. He has a lot of power, and he was the one closing this this gap that was having everyone scared, because for more that we tried, we couldn't close it. So I'm gonna fast forward a little more, and we're gonna keep rolling till we get to the finish. And if you want to see how your face look when you are in pain, let me get a little faces over here with this camera. Since I was using GoPro 10 on this one, vibrates a little. I use a 12 mini for the front, and I also have a 12 regular one that I use it for like recording here and there, and sometimes I put it on the back instead of this one. This one is like my backup, which is It's either the 9 or the 10, I don't remember now. But you can see that the quality is a little different. Let me try to catch all the faces. See, so right now we're still chasing. We're still chasing, and but we definitely needed to catch them, and it was all on us because the other big team has two people, two riders. Uh, Nestor was over there too, and the other guy, the guy that got second place, was in that break too, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see some faces. That's my buddy Juan over here. First race of this year. He's doing this one, and he's also doing the other one. This kid behind me right here looks like a pure sprinter. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not the one with the in the back of the camera, and I'm the one bringing the camera, so you guys also have to see my face. So let me get forward and see which other faces I can record for a little bit before we jump in more action. Alright, now with the faces because that camera is checking too much. Let's get back to the action here. Let's see what's going on, and let's keep it for a little longer until we get to the Ivan's camera. There is a reason why I haven't used his camera yet, and it's because it tilted down a little bit. You're gonna see it at the end. On this race, we we raced for 1 hour. We did 26 miles and we averaged 25 miles an hour for the entire race. This is what we did on the first race. And one of the differences that you also see in this race and the one after this one is the single file. And the other one, since the speed is higher, you kind of like see more of single file than this one. So it's safer on the corners for sure, and it's also an elimination because if you are in the back, especially in this corner and this one coming right now and the one that just passed, if you are in the back and the guys jump over here, which is straight to the finish line, and they attack on this one and you still kind of like turning on that corner, pretty much you're gonna lose the group. And if it doesn't happen in that lap and they do it again on the next one and you haven't got to the front yet, you're gonna happen to you on that one for sure. You have to be stronger than the strong people that are working at the front to be able to sustain those jumps. You may be able to do 1, 2 or 3, but it's just matter of time when you're not going to be able to respond to that. And it's just because when they're already back to the full power and speed, you're still turning. So for you to be able to get to that speed, there's 2 ways. One is if they slow down, which in the last corner is not that typical for them to slow down. So right now there is a little break going on. Ivan is at the front. I don't remember if it's this one. That's why I need to do the videos as soon as I finish the race. Otherwise I'm like, I have to see it to remember. But yeah, that last corner is straight to the finish line. So if it's a preem going on, or if it's a break that people want to do, or if they just want to show up and go pretty hard in front of everyone that are at the finish line, then you're screwed if you're in the back. So in the 4-5 like this race, you kind of like, okay, like you see, I'm taking my time. I know Juan is turning. I don't want to kind of scare him or nothing, so I just let him. And I know that before I get to this one, I'm gonna have time to get back to the group. If it's a 1, 2, 3, you kind of like have to stick on your front wheel, otherwise. And if you're at the back, and that's what happened, I think that in this race, in the 1, 2, 3 race that happened after this one, I think there was like 5 different groups on the road, and the 4 people that took off in the first group were able to lap the field, and they jump in the field and they finish all together with the field, even though there was like 3 more groups in between of something like that. Yeah. So on this one, we kind of like you can kind of like chill out in the back for a little bit. You can see here we got Sonny, we got the other kid at the front with I don't know what team is that. I don't know if they're from Tampa. If you guys are watching the video and you can tell me where you are located, because our uniform, I don't recognize it. It's a white and red uniform with a white helmet and a white and blue bike in the front. I don't recognize a team. And there were 2 of them, but they were working pretty synchronized. This is the other guy with the blue shoes. They were working pretty good. They spent most of the time together. They got pure crit bikes, which you can tell because it's a bike that perfectly for crit. And I did a video about my Pinarello that I got it on the channel, and one guy wrote me something which he told me that he used a 105 mechanical and on his bike, and he's a Cat 3, which um, Cat 3 is a semi-pro category because you're jumping from the 4.5 to a higher level where you're gonna be racing pretty much with the 1.2s, and 1.2s are the pro. So watch the guy in front of me, the guy that I told you earlier that he's pretty strong, and that's the guy that got second place. He jumped on it. I jump to follow him, but then I got a little chicken here because the group were coming to the corner. I didn't want to risk them or risk myself. Uh, so he kind of like go, and then instead of jumping with him and create a break, I just stay with the group. But in that case, the reason was because I didn't wanna risk these guys, and that is part of uh, the equipment that you have. Okay, so let's get back to the Ivan is right there, guys, at the front, right there at the front with the other guy that jumped earlier, and so this is me right now slowing down. I'm watching Ivan. We have a few laps to go, not that many. So I'm slowing down right here a little bit without compromise the group. I'm not just stopping pedaling or nothing. So we got all the teammates right here. We got the nicest bike next to us. We all, if he's not part of our team, but if he's going at that speed, it's fine with us. Look at the left over here. We have our super 400 watts guy here, and we just kind of like rolling. We're rolling. We pretending that we are going fast, but we just controlling right now because Ivan is at the front, and the other guys at the front. We know Ivan has the potential to deliver. The other guy is strong as well, so we need to kind of like control this for a little longer so they can breathe. So we got another teammate from us here at the front. Look at this. You can see the way we're rallying right here, and that's the guy that wins, guys. Look at that guy. He jumps. He's the only guy that is not. That's the biggest team in the race, and they didn't have one guy at the front. So he went. We let him go because they actually, Ivan and the other guy, they actually need a third person to be able to make it, because if they start going fast in the last lap of the sprint, they're gonna catch them. So for us, it was good to have one of the guys to jump, and that's the guy that won the race. And again, congratulations to that guy, even though that we wanted to win, but third place is more than okay. We're super happy with that. So yeah, we go into the final laps. 2 laps to go. I just saw it on the camera. So we got 2 more laps. Ivan has been in the break since 5 laps to go with the other guy. So they must be cooked. We're waiting. We have a plan. Our plan is, if Ivan got caught, we're gonna counter attack. We got plenty of guys for that. In the meantime, we're just gonna roll the front, and this is what you need a team, guys. And no matter what, everyone here is enjoying that adrenaline that Ivan is at the front, because Ivan is our friend, is our teammate. So we all having that emotion, like we got someone at the front. There is only 3 guys at the front, so he already secured podium. So we just need to work for him. We need to help him, and that's when you have a team like that. And even though that we got people here that have won races and everything, those people are sacrificing themselves for Ivan right now, and that's what it's all about. My body that take the inside corner here, he gave me room because I did the same to him. I told him that I was inside, and he gave me some room. Perfect, super good. So we're going for the last lap. We're still wide open because in every turn we got one of our guys at the front, plus we got our guys being really careful close by to the front to see if someone, like if a big group jumps or something, we have to jump as well. Otherwise, we're just gonna be we're just gonna be kind of like close and patrolling and checking, see what's going on. So we just we're just hanging around. We're all pretty happy, pretty excited. The other kid with no team is the one pulling at the front because he has no one. So we got one more guy going. That's okay. We can let him go. It's one lap to go. Bell lap. We got Sonic acting. He's going, but he's not. He's jumping around. Perfect tactics. We got the sprinters are getting set up right now, guys. So we got Nextor, which is a really good sprint. We got Oti going to the front. We got his team going to the front. Everyone is setting up, but everyone knows that there is three guys at the front, and two of the major team, which is us, and the Cowboys, have representatives at the front. So is everyone else responsibility to bring that back, but not for them, not for us. So that's why you see this big field getting like single file and then back like this and single file back like this. So Ivan is winning for all of us. The guy from the Cowboys is winning for all of them. So this is what it's all about. So my job is done. I know if you guys keep following, it's not my time to be part of any sprint, especially I'm already enjoying knowing that Ivan is not gonna get caught. So I'm pulling back. I'm super happy with that. I'm just gonna go and stay here in the back as safe as I can. So this entire group, this peloton, is going for 4th and 5th place. The other 3 places are already secure, and they're sprinting for 4th and 5th place right here. I'm just trying to keep it together. If it's a big competition, I just want to stay on the same time as them. And now we're gonna get the last lap for Ivan. And the reason why I didn't put more of Ivan video, which I really love to, is you're gonna see the camera from Ivan how it went down. But guys, thank you for watching. This is Ivan right here. He's going for his last lap, but the camera is not doing the job that it's supposed to. It's way down, so you're not gonna be able to see much until Ivan makes it. But they're going for the last few corners. This is the other guy that you guys need to check it out. If you need to be on if you want to be on a break, that guy is pretty active, and in Tampa especially, he has been in many podiums. So you should check it out. I just want to congratulate everyone for being part of a safe race. I got the audio because you're gonna see a few congratulations at the end, and they're going to the last corner right here. Now they're going straight to the finish. Ivan is pulling. Ivan is communicating. That's another thing. Even though that he's doing the last sacrifice pull, he's communicating with the other guy, which is not his teammate, but at that time they're friends. They need to make it. They need to make it to that last lap, bell lap. You already saw it on my video. Now you see, and this is the guy that jumped that I told you a little earlier. He jumped with them, and this is another good thing. He jumped and he start working. It's not that he sit on the back and destroy the group. He jump and start working because he knows that that is a possibility, it's a chance. He also know his team is working for him, which is pretty good. If you hear Ivan was motivating them, like let's go, let's go. Ivan told me that there was a point where they were going 23 miles an hour, guys, because they were wasted. There was a point where they were going pretty slow, but still we were going slow too, helping them to succeed. So teamwork makes the dream work. You see, this guy rotates. The other guy didn't take the pool now, but they all sacrifice. It's better to get a third place than a last place. So they're going to the corners again. First corner out of the 3. And I'm looking at this part of the video and I feel the adrenaline pumping on me, knowing that Ivan got his third place, well deserved it, and he fight all the way to the end. And that's what it's all about, guys. That's why we race bikes. We race bikes because it's a team effort. It's a really good effort. So this guy is jumping, but I think that he's jumping with attack. I think he attacked Ivan on this one. Pretty good move. Ivan is going to close it, and that gives the other guy in the back a chance to recover and jump right here. But so here you have the 3 places, guys. We got the guy with the red shoes from the Cowboys, first place. Second place, Ivan is going full power. Ivan pass, and look at these guys. You can count the second right now. Everyone is passing behind him. So they were right there. They were right there, guys. But they did it. They did it. And that's what it's all about. Thank you everyone for watching. Let's leave Ivan breathing for a little bit. And hopefully we can go and race again.
Third?
All these guys
Hey,
congratulating Ivan from our team were part of Ivan win. Look at these guys that won. That guy that won is part of that's all of us. All of us. Everyone that made that possible, besides Ivan becoming super strong. Well, this is another weekend of racing. I was listening where Ivan was talking, but that's it.
Igual le intenté escaparme 5 vueltas solo. Nadie sigue.
No, te estaba alcanzando y me dijeron que parar.
Para agarrarlo.
No, yo te iba a ayudar. Mira, tú estabas acá, yo estaba acá. Me dijeron, no, espérate. Y yo, coño, man. Entonces después me di cuenta que estaba cometiendo el error porque yo ataqué y nadie se vino detrás mío.
Bueno, ahí quizás servía.
No, por eso fue. Entonces cuando ya vi que me estaban alcanzando, paré.
Pues yo necesitaba uno más.
¿No escuchaste que yo te dije? Dale.
Algo así escuché.
Por eso fue cuando yo estaba por ahí a 10 segundos, no, 6 segundos de ti. Y entonces fue cuando me empezaron a atacar. Y dije, no, mejor me voy a quedar para aguantarlo.
Ya, estuvo bueno, bro.
Oye, felicidades, man. Por fin, hijo de puta.
Por fin uno verdadero, porque ese de West Palm, 2 de 3 y el tercero él no.
William se quedó, bro.
¿Se quedó? Es que esta mierda es distinta. Te dije que hay bastantes ataques.
¿Qué tú te fuiste con las últimas 5 vueltas solo?